All pre-flight inspections begin by checking the tech log, and Cloudbase makes this easier than ever. Before going flying, the pilot needs to acknowledge that he's completed the A-check and accepts any defects that might be current. To do this, click Tech Log, select the aircraft you're planning to fly from the drop-down, today's date will be displayed. There is then the option to Add New. This takes you to the mandatory A-check page where all of the current defects and aircraft notes are listed. Any user that has been enabled as an A-check member should see their name appear when they press Select Me. It's worth emphasising at this point that the Select Me button can only be used if the P1 member is the one logged in. In a flying school environment, for example, where the login might be a school admin, the A-check member will need to be selected from the drop-down. Entering your password and confirming will take you to the daily tech log page and specifically the pre-flight section. The captain will be the pilot or the post-solo student. Once again, pressing Select Me will choose the person logged into Cloudbase as the captain. If the aircraft is being hired, it will need to be authorised for by an instructor of the flying school. The authoriser can be selected from this drop-down. If the flight is a training flight, then the student can be selected here. The intended flight type can then be selected. The three options help with invoicing and are typically hire for self-fly hire, training for dual instruction, and other for non-revenue flights, for example maintenance. Today's flight will be a local flight starting from and ending at Popham. The pre-flight tech log is highly customizable, and information about fuel and oil uplifts before flight can be recorded here, as well as pilot's notes. The pilot who flew this aircraft last recorded 80 litres remaining in the aircraft. Finally, the captain or authoriser will accept and confirm the pre-flight check is complete, and a partial entry in the aircraft's tech log is displayed. Post-flight, we want to navigate back to the tech log. We do this in the same way. We select Tech Log, select the aircraft, and now press Update. There are now two entries in the tech log. There's our pre-flight tech log entry from when we did the A-check, and there's also the automatically generated flight log from the flight we just completed. These two need to be reconciled. To do this, click the magnifying glass. You'll now be taken to the post-flight section of the daily tech log. Select the flight log from the drop-down. If there are more than one unassigned flight logs from today, then ensure the correct one is selected. Optionally, post-flight fuel state and uplift, number of landings and approaches can be added as well. Accepting the post-flight sign-off and choosing to return to the tech log shows the reconciled entry. The daily tech log A-check sign-off should be completed once for each and every flight, ideally before the flight takes place. However, if the aircraft is flown without the pre-flight tech log being completed, this can be added retrospectively, even on another day. I have an unassigned flight log from 2 days ago that I carelessly did not record an A-check for, and I need to reconcile that log with an A-check entry. I navigate to the tech log and the aircraft as before. By default, this date is set to today's date, and so I select the date that my unassigned flight took place. I can now add a pre-flight A-check record as before. Saving will now display the tech record and the log, which can now be reconciled as before.